you see, the conventional method of learning any profession, be it sciences, arts, humanities, it involves physical contact between the students and the teacher. And this is done by sitting in a room which we commonly call a classroom. The teacher will write, will talk and explain everything to the student. And he will also give them chance to ask questions on those things that are not very clear to them. And of course, the students are also given, chance in this conventional method of teaching to ask even those things that are outside the content of that lecture. So that method, by research and by experience, it has been the best ever method of teaching students because it allows communication and interaction between the teacher and the student. So that has been effective for more than a century now, and still it is being used in so many other places. Even where they are inventing new methods of teaching, that conventional remains very strong. E-learning, that E stands for electronics learning, and it involves teaching the student using electronics apparatus. It can be a television station, it can be radio, it can be on internet, it can also be on social media like YouTube. You can teach students through those electronics equipment or systems. And of course, you know, everything has its own advantages and disadvantages. This method has been increasing the rate at which people learn, because the conventional I have just explained now is the one that you have to meet the teacher one-on-one. You, the candidate to the student, must be in a classroom with a teacher. But the e-learning has brought some modifications in such a way that a teacher can teach you from America while you are here in Nigeria. And of course, it will even allow you, just like the conventional, to ask questions and to interact with the teacher. And apart from that one, it has also other formats in such a way that you can teach through a radio. That one, you know, is a audio something. You cannot see the teacher, you cannot see what he is writing, because the conventional, the teacher will be explaining at the same time writing some things for the student to see. If we look at this e-learning, it has so many advantages as well as disadvantages. For instance, if you're using it live on internet, you can ask questions, the teacher will write, you will see, and you can copy, you can do everything just like in the normal classroom. But if you're using radio and other means, definitely there are so many disadvantages. For instance, you cannot teach somebody mathematics using e-learning if it is not video. Another thing that will make it peculiar and better than the conventional learning is when you keep a record. Maybe you teach using a visual system, a video, you teach and you produce the clip, the video. The student will take it home. They can watch it at any time, and whatever times they want to watch it, they will do that. So they have advantage of recalling whatever the teacher says. But in the conventional, whatever you teach me as a student in a class, when I go out, my brain is the only thing that can help me remember some of the things you said, and it is not possible for me to remember everything. So e-learning, as I said, if you are using a video format, it has advantages over the conventional. But using the audio, the radio, to teach a subject like physics, like chemistry, like mathematics, it is not possible. It is not possible. The student will just be thinking that they know it, but in reality they don't know it. In advanced countries like America and Europe, up to date, they are the inventors of all this e-technology, and they are the ones that have started using that method to teach their people before it came to Africa. And up to now, they have what they call hybrid format of teaching, in such a way that part of the course will be taught using physical contact between the student and the teacher, the lecturer. And the other one is they will use electronics means, video, audio, online, and teach. The reason why up to now they are maintaining that is that they believe there is no way e-learning can replace the conventional in its totality. So therefore, the e-learning has advantages like you can have a copy that you can revisit so many times, and it has advantage that you can learn from your home, from your room, and also it has advantage that you can, in some cases, if we are using the live teaching, you can ask the student and he can ask you. You can even interact with other colleagues who are in different places. But the conventional, it has only one approach. Once the teacher teach you in the class, that's the end of everything. You cannot replay what he has taught in such a way that you can remember some things. So if I am asked of my opinion, I would say the method that have been used in advanced countries like America, like Europe, should be applied here, where we have a hybrid method of teaching. Some part of the course should be taught in direct method, that is the conventional method, because as I told you, it has so many advantages. Even the way the teacher demonstrates in class is sending some message to the students, while the other part, which don't need that actual physical contact, can be taught through the electronics method. That is why somebody or everybody is supposed to have plan A and B, because when unexpected something happens, you can use your alternative. Our state, the normal conventional method of teaching, is been used all the while, isn't it? But when this pandemic issue arose, when this problem of security, banditry and the likes came up, the government is now trying to use the alternative in such a way that they will not keep the students at home doing nothing, and that will harm even their psychological stability. So the government can achieve this if it approaches in the right way. As in Kaduna State, I know, and everybody knows, that we are teaching mainly on radio stations, And I told you, some courses like physics, like chemistry, like even biology, because we have to draw some things. Like geography, you have to draw some things, and the ultimate one is the mathematics. There is no way you can teach it using the radio programs. So if the government actually want to use something that will be at least a good substitute for the conventional, they should approach it the way other countries are doing. For instance, as I know, even myself now, I do it in my department. I teach sometimes online, and sometimes I produce the video version of the lecture and upload it on the social media like YouTube, so that the student can go and download it and watch it over and over again. So if the government will now hybridize, teach some courses using radio and some courses using video format, definitely that will make the problem very simple, and the student will feel as if they are attending their normal schools. So my advice today, let me start with the student first, because they are the actual beneficiaries. The parents are just helping them to achieve something in their life. I advise them that even though our schools are locked down for the security and of course pandemic issue, they should not relent in learning. And those of them, because this is one of the problems of the e-learning, so many people don't have access to even handset on which they can watch a video from YouTube and what have you. So what I would advise them to do is, those of them especially that have handset and that have access to internet using the data they purchase, they should be visiting YouTube. That platform, I want to tell you that it is everything. Myself now, if I want to construct a machine, I will go to YouTube and I will find a video that somebody has already done. I will watch it over and over again, and that will help me to do whatever I want to achieve. So even if you want to learn, even if it is Hausa, go to YouTube. I assure you there are videos that were done by other people and uploaded free of charge. You can learn mathematics, you can learn physics, chemistry, geography, history. You can learn a good subject on the YouTube. Even our primary school and the nursery school kids, they have content for them on YouTube. So I strongly advise the students that possess this handset and the ability to use data to access internet, there is knowledge there. Knowledge that will make you very surprised, because all the producers, all the videos, they are doing them free of charge. The parents, on the other hand, if they have the capability, they should possess, they should buy either a laptop, computer, or even the Android phone, and supply data to their children so that they can be going to internet, pull resources on any subject and learn. If you go to YouTube, if you want to learn immorality, we have more than 100% there. And if you want to learn morality, we have more than 100% there. It is a choice. If you want to go to the right, do it. If you want to go to the left, you are the one that will suffer. And I believe those students that were given moral training, good moral training from home and school, they will never use that as a medium of learning immorality. So if you know your child, you train him well, you can assist him with that. And you can do it in another way. You, the parent, can go and download the videos, put it on your phone, and make sure your son or your daughter will watch it in your presence. Or put it on laptop, computer if you have, so that they cannot go to internet themselves and watch something that is bad. This is something that can be handled.
Thank you very much for your time, sir.
You are welcome. You are welcome. Thank you very much.